she can claim to be black because of her Jamaican father. She is not a black person.
What? What? What is going on? Hi, my name is Reese Waters and I'm troubled. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the page. Now, you might remember when Clancy Mice decided to intentionally butcher Kamala Harris's name.
I fought my way through it.
So pronounce her name right.
Let me actually
pronounce her name right.
Kamala Harris. If
Kamala.
I were a man,
You said
I
it.
will
We don't call you
say
Nancy.
what I want.
Thankfully, now there's a program to help her with that.
What are you here to do?
To teach you how to say your auntie's name.
Okay, so how do you pronounce it?
First you say comma like a comma in a sentence. Then you say la like la 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 la.
Put it together and it's 1, 2, 3, Kamala.
Well, before Nipsey Moose went off the rails, they were actually discussing a black-owned MAGA store in Virginia. And let me first say that after I initially recoiled at the thought of a black-owned MAGA store, the idea of siphoning MAGA money to black people is actually quite revolutionary. Like we know that the MAGA people are going to spend money on the hats and the t-shirts and the hoodies and the jackets and the mud flaps and the beer koozies and the court-ordered ankle monitors. But being able to siphon that money away and circulate it in the black community is actually quite admirable. It's like maybe the most honest conservative grift there is out there. Instead of pretending to back the blue and hating all things brown, despite the fact that that color emanates from my face, I'm just going to sell you the thing that I know that you want anyway and take your money. It's kind of direct. Anyway, I thought you should see this.
As recent polls show, Vice President Harris gaining momentum in her bid for the presidency. They also show her winning over more support from a key voting bloc, black voters. According to data this week from Pew Research Center, 77% of black voters support Harris compared to 64% who backed Biden in July. Trump's support among black voters is unchanged at around 13%. Now, this comes as the former president is trying to appeal more to the black community, a group that has long and overwhelmingly backed Democrats. CNN's Ellie Reeves spent time recently in Virginia at a shop selling Trump merchandise that's run by a black woman.
Every woman ought to have one of these. It's one of those things that when people see one, then they want one.
Is that a bathing suit or a Confederate flag? Or a Confederate flag bathing suit? I have seen all combinations of them and never did I feel like, oh, you said women.
Same thing with the Confederate hat. You know why? Because people don't think you have the nerve to do it.
Okay, so wait, are we wearing these ironically or, I mean, you're wearing it because people don't think you have the nerve. So I'm assuming that this is all a joke.
Joanne Price runs a Trump store in Christiansburg, Virginia.
When Joe Biden announced he wouldn't run for president again, was there any part of you who felt a pull to vote for Harris?
No, absolutely not. I would not vote for either one of them. I would not vote Democrat ticket, no way.
Okay, just so we're clear, it is not ironic. Go on.
This is a white privilege card. And this is just a play. It just says this card trumps everything and it gives a barrier, happiness and success because of the color of the skin.
And who buys that?
White people.
Okay.
It's funny.
And then when you give it to a state trooper, they'll let you go. Won't write you a ticket.
You think so?
I've experienced it. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And then he said, okay, he laughed at it and gave it back to me and did not write me a ticket.
Okay, now help me with this. Does the use of the white privilege card disprove white privilege? Especially when the troopers actually let you go? Do y'all have any idea what irony means?
This actually happened at least once elsewhere. In 2022, a woman claimed Alaska police let her go without a ticket when she flashed a white privilege card instead of a driver's license.
It's humorous to us, you know, it really is. It's humorous to the average American here.
The 2 to 1, he was a Republican too.
Oh yeah, hilarious.
Trump has been working to appeal to black voters, and polls showed some success when Biden was still in the race, but have since gone down.
The Trump campaign this year has made a big effort to reach out to black voters. What do you think of their efforts?
I think their efforts are succeeding tremendously. All the things that have happened to President Trump, the attacks on him, have done nothing more than strengthen black people's connection to him. Because now he's someone who is the target of a struggle, and they have always felt that they've been a target.
Okay, so help me with this one. So if you are seeding that black people feel like they've always been a target of the struggle, then why then would white privilege be a joke? You can't have it both ways, lady. Yes, I have a return. Yes, your nonsense.
I did prison ministries for 5 years. So, you know, if you're a convicted felon and then somebody else is a convicted felon, there's a camaraderie there.
Oh, okay, I got it. So you must be, you convicted felon? Huh? I wouldn't be surprised. Why didn't America just think of this before and just run felons?
Donald Trump attacked Kamala Harris, questioning her racial identity. She's black.
Promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
He's acknowledged his commentary has provoked mixed reactions. Price is just one person and not a swing voter. But we were curious what she made of his comments, given that she's a black woman and fervent Trump supporter and former local Republican Party chair.
Yeah, she is definitely not a swing voter. She probably voted for George Wallace. Now let me just tell you what seeing that hat, I'm a Trump girl, get over it, means to me. It's one thing that you just want to support the man, but you clearly are not secure in your choice, or you wouldn't have put get over it on the hat. You clearly are not secure in your choice, or you wouldn't have said at the beginning of this piece, they don't think that you have the nerve to do it. Why do you think anybody else has all of this significant interest on what you decide to do with all of the time that you clearly wouldn't otherwise use for anything constructive? Sounds like you need to get over it. I have.
How do you make sense of how Trump talks about Vice President Kamala Harris? That he sort of suggests that he doesn't understand her biracial background, that first she was Indian and then she was black. What do you
I don't
make
understand
of that?
it either. She's Indian and she's Jamaican.
Yeah.
Is she black?
I mean, do you not think she's black?
Is she? Was she born here?
Yes.
Yes. Were her parents citizens? No.
Okay. But we have birthright citizenship in America.
Mm-hmm. We call that anchor.
People can't immigrate here and not be citizens, but have green cards and work permits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. However, she can claim to be black because of her Jamaican father. You know, that's her right. We're a melting pot, you know, because I basically have a combination in my family as well.
What? What? What is going on?
How do you reconcile that? Like, you have a history of blended families in your family. How do you reconcile that with Trump seeming to not understand how Kamala Harris could have a blended family herself?
She could have a blended family. What I'm saying is his comments about that, I think he's making a point. And, you know, I'm not so disturbed by that.
But what is the point he's making?
The point he's making simply is that she is not a black person.
I can tell you this, she ain't alone.
There were some mixed views on the idea of a woman president.
What do you think about Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris, may I say this, and hopefully that you ladies won't get offended, but because of what happened in the Garden of Eden, there will never be an elected woman, whether she's black or white, that would occupy the White House that God would ever stand behind.
See, at the point in which he said that, you should have just got rid of all his footage. I mean, really, or just led with that. Lead with that so I know exactly how to process everything else that comes out of his mouth.
I'm not sure America's quite ready for female leadership. It would be wonderful to have a female president if and when one arises that has conservative values that are going to lead the nation in prosperity.
Did Joe Biden dropping out change your view of the election at all?
Oh, it surely did. I think she's going to be worse than Joe. I just don't think she has the experience. I think she was only chosen because she was a woman.
Yes, the Joe and the hoe must go. Why leave the anti-blackness by itself when you can throw sex at the man with it? Oh, they love it. They're together. They laugh and they laugh.
He has been mocked, scrutinized, slandered, dragged into court. This man is still standing, and he's standing strong because he knows that he was chosen. He's our David.
You know who would agree? Bathsheba and her ex-husband that David sent to the front lines to be killed so he could have Bathsheba.
And Ellery joins me now. I'm wondering what you heard from other customers in the store.
Well, as much as identity politics was rebuked by the merchandise there, identity was still really important to the people I spoke to. For example, one younger man told me that he didn't like Harris because she was for city people who had office jobs, whereas Trump was for blue-collar people like him.
Okay, I just want you to do a quick thought experiment. Let's say, because she talked about identity politics and how important it was, let's say you strip away the identity of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, strip away gender, strip away race, strip away all of that, and you just look at their life stories. And you telling me that Donald Trump is for the blue-collar worker? Word? Word?
And how did you meet the woman who runs the store?
I met her about 6 months ago in Virginia. She told me this story of wearing a Confederate flag swimsuit on the beach and how so many people had come up to her. She realized she'd missed a marketing opportunity.
This what we doing for attention now, ladies? This what we doing for attention now, ladies? Man, it is rough. The way that y'all like to denigrate all the women of today, talking about all the lost values and we're losing recipes. And you got this lady out here, 60 plus, wearing a Confederate swimsuit on the beach so that she can get a little piece of attention. Is that how bad it's gotten? There is pick-me behavior, and then there is a black woman wearing a Confederate bathing suit on the beach. Now, this isn't the first time that I've covered Black MAGAs.
I support Trump against this corrupt, two-tiered justice system. That's why I'm here to show my support as a black man for Trump. And I'm wearing my shirt, Niggas for Trump 2024, and I mean that.
Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. Thank you very much, family.
She's going through this metamorphosis and it's painful. Like, it is really painful to come out of that cocoon, especially, I would imagine it's 10 times worse for you because your cocoon is Hollywood.
Yeah.
And there's no room. I mean, mine was hard enough just being black and being like, hey, I am like a conservative.
Oh, I'm no longer black.
Consider myself a black woman. Absolutely not. I do not consider myself a black woman. Absolutely not.
So it is good to know that Michaela Montgomery, Amber Rose, and Ants for Trump have a place to get their wares and still buy black.